Hello, hi dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show today. And well, this Cricket Happening Show is going to start today. It's not going to be any report. It is not going to be a full match report on the match between New Zealand and South Africa. Today was the second T20 which played, where actually New Zealand actually gave it back to South Africa in the second T20 match by winning by 8 wickets. The other day they lost by 8 wickets, but today they crushed South Africa by 8 wickets. But that was a very good chase, and Martin Guptill, like yesterday we saw Ian Morgan putting a 6 and actually taking the team to victory. Today it was New Zealand's turn, where Martin Guptill had 4 to get off the last ball of the 20th over. That happened yesterday between India and England. Today it was just a boundary to be got, but Martin Guptill finished off things with the boundary. Not only that, he went on to score 101 not out of 69 deliveries, which I'll be talking about. But first and foremost, I would like to start off with some news which has come, which would take certain people by surprise, but not all, because we knew something was on the cards. Yes, we are talking about the great Indian batsman Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar has taken the first step towards retirement in international cricket today by saying that he has retired from one-day cricket for sure. So today, Sachin Tendulkar has called time as far as his ODI career is concerned. He has retired from one-day international cricket, and now he would be available only for test matches. Looking at that wonderful record that Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar had, if one would remember, he made his one-day debut against Pakistan in 1989. And in fact, his debut was not so memorable at all. He, in fact, was out for a duck. But after that, when India went to New Zealand in 1994, he was put up the batting order. In fact, he was told to open the innings. And that knock is still in my memory, the way he slammed the New Zealand bowlers. Even Chatfield, Martin Snedden, I still remember watching that on the television. And even Chatfield, who was such an economical bowler, was clattered for 4s and 6s. Martin Snedden, another economical bowler, was also put for boundaries and 6s. And that was Sachin Tendulkar, who was the young Sachin Tendulkar. But now, after doing all that, today Sachin Tendulkar has retired from one-day international cricket. What a career he had. He has played 463 one-day internationals, 18,426 runs, and made 49 centuries. And well, everything is standing absolutely on the top for Sachin Tendulkar, and everything that he has put there, whether it is the one-day international, the number of one-day internationals that he played in world cricket, or whether the runs that he amassed in one-day international cricket, or the centuries, the number of centuries scored in international cricket, the most number of centuries. What a stupendous record this is. And one has to really salute Mr. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar for his yeoman service to India in one-day international cricket. Well, one thought, so as I said, he has just taken the first step towards retirement. And I would really agree with Sachin Tendulkar that he has taken the first step towards retirement. But only one thing that I wanted him to do is, probably I would have expected him to actually take on Pakistan in this one-day international, where Pakistan are coming to India. And as you know, on 25th December, on Christmas Day, we have the first one-day, I think it's the first T20 coming up. So at least I would have expected Sachin Tendulkar to at least get to that magical figure of 50 centuries, because he has scored 49 centuries, one more century, and that would have been 50 centuries. Well, let me tell you, he did a wonderful. He has already said that his great moment was for India to lift the World Cup in 2011, and that was his most memorable moment, absolutely. And I think probably Sachin Tendulkar wanted that to happen, and I was always feeling that Sachin Tendulkar would probably hang up his boots in one-day international cricket. I was probably thinking that Sachin Tendulkar might have even hung up his boots on the day India won the World Cup. As far as one-day international cricket is concerned, probably it has come a bit later, but well, I would really salute this great cricketer. But yes, dear fans, friends and subscribers, we still have Sachin Tendulkar playing test match cricket, and for which he is absolutely renowned for. So test match cricket, yes Sachin, we are still wanting you to come into form, and we know you are struggling, but we want Sachin Tendulkar to come back into his own before he says goodbye to test cricket too. And that is something which I am, as a cricket broadcaster here for the Cricket Happening Show, your host Ram, I would say that probably 2013 might be the swan song as far as international cricket for Sachin Tendulkar is concerned, because we have seen what has happened as far as test matches are concerned. He has been a bit shaky as far as his reflexes are concerned. As I said, whenever a test batsman gets clean bowled, and Sachin Tendulkar is such a great batsman, nobody can penetrate his defenses. But now all the bowlers, even all and sundry bowlers, have started penetrating his defenses. We saw that in Australia, we saw that in England, we also saw that when England came to India that happened. So that really gives one a signal that, you know, the days are numbered as far as Sachin Tendulkar is concerned. So probably, if at all Sachin decides, probably one more year of international cricket for Sachin Tendulkar. And well, whatever it is, Sachin Tendulkar, the world salutes you, and world always loves Sachin Tendulkar playing. One can really go there and watch his strokes. It is done with effortless ease. Well, this is what I would be. On this note, I would like to say. I would just like to say good luck to Sachin Tendulkar as far as test matches are concerned. We only hope that Sachin can get his form back, get his reflexes back, and probably entertain the crowd with more centuries. Whether he does that before his international retirement, total retirement from international cricket, one has to wait and see. Well, from here I shift gears on to another topic, and that is, as you know, Pakistan have already landed in India, and the first match and the team, as Sachin Tendulkar's retirement news has come, the T20 teams and the one-day international squad was announced by the Chief of Selectors Sandeep Patil and his panel of selectors. As far as T20 cricket is concerned, it consists of the names are there: Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Gautam Gambhir, there's no Virendra Sehwag in the mix, Ajinkya Rahane, Yuvraj Singh, Rohit Sharma, Suresh Raina, Virat Kohli, Ravindra Jadeja, Ashwin, Dinda, Ishan Sharma. Yes, the new face is Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Pravinder Ravana, who had a very dismal two T20s against England, Piyush Chawla, Ambati Rayudu gets his chance. He is one of a very good talent. We have seen him in the IPL. And as far as ODIs are concerned, Virendra Sehwag comes back into the Indian team. So that's the change. Other than that, the changes, one change that has happened is that Shami Ahmed, who is a Bengal seamer who has done well in domestic cricket, gets his chance. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar holds his place in both the T20 internationals and the one-day international squads, as far as he's a medium pacer, and he's also an all-rounder. But Shami Ahmed is a Bengal seamer who has done well, so he gets his chance. And as far as leg spin is concerned, Amit Mishra gets his chance in one-day internationals. Now the last thing that I'm going to cover in this Cricket Happening show of mine is going to be the match between New Zealand and South Africa. I will take you down to the wire like how I did yesterday, but as far as this match is concerned, as I said, it was sweet revenge for New Zealand, because they did absolutely what South Africa did to New Zealand in the first T20. But let me tell you, New Zealand beating South Africa in South Africa, well, one has to really raise our hats to the New Zealand team for doing this to South Africa. Well, so this is going to be pretty brief here. South Africa were the ones who batted first. They put on 165 for 5 of 19 overs. The principal contributions, Richard Levy continued to fail. He was out for 5. Henry Davids was very aggressive in his knock of 55 of 38 deliveries, 7 fours and 1 6. The captain Faf du Plessis once again leading the way with 63 runs of 43 balls, 8 fours and 1 6. And Fahad Bahadin chipped in, sorry, it was David Miller who chipped in with 33 of 18 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Other than that, there was not much batting. I mean, Robin Peterson's out for a duck. Bahadin remained not out on 5. Quinton de Kock just had one ball to face. He was not out on not. 165 for 5 was what South Africa put on the board. Looking at the bowling figures, McClanahan, 4 overs no maiden, 1 for 32. So today it was a debut for Arun Fungiso, but he had a very bad debut. As you know, he did very well in the Champions League, but as far as international cricket is concerned, it is pretty different when you come into the real T20s and one-day internationals. Arun Fungiso had his figures absolutely rearranged, 4 overs costing him 42 runs. Well, looking at the New Zealand's bowling figures, McClanahan 4 overs 1 for 32, Ronnie Hira 4 overs none 1 for 37, Doug Bracewell 3 overs was the most successful with 3 for 33, none for 21 for Corey Anderson, Nathan McCullum 4 overs none for 23, Franklin 1 over for 10 runs, and Rob Nicol 1 over for 7 runs. And as far as New Zealand were concerned, 165, well, one could say that after losing the first T20 international, New Zealand would have found the score pretty tough, in the sense they would have found this score a bit competitive. But let me tell you, Rob Nicol and Martin Guptill put on a 76-run opening stand, just, I would say, setting the partnership up so that New Zealand could go to victory. In fact, Rob Nicol was out for 24 balls with 4 fours. Brendan McCullum joined, the captain. He was gone, out for 17 of 15 deliveries with 2 fours. But Martin Guptill not only staying there, keeping up to the run rate that was required, and not only that, he finished on a princely 101 runs of just 69 deliveries, 9 fours and 6 sixes. As you know, Martin Guptill likes to drive straight very well. He plays some strokes down the ground. Very good to see. There was a lot of power behind his strokes. There was a lot of immaculate timing on the strokes. And Martin Guptill, I was told that he was sick. So the way he played, not only that, just look at the last over, what he did. In fact, in the last over, the equation for New Zealand, even though he was keeping up with the run rate, there were still 11 required of the last 6 deliveries. Rory Cleanville bowled the first ball to Munro, who took a single. Guptill came on to strike, played too long on, one more single. Munro came on to strike. Cleanville conceded 2 runs, and then Cleanville bowled to Munro. Munro once again got 2 runs, and after that Munro got 1 run. So that left Martin Guptill to hit a boundary to actually win the match. It was an absolutely identical situation what happened between India and England in the Mumbai, at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, where Ian Morgan clinched it. Today, even though Ian Morgan had a bigger thing to do, he hit a 6. But for Guptill, it was a boundary. But what a way he did it! He actually drove Cleanville through the covers for a boundary in absolutely superb fashion. It was absolutely well timed. It raced towards the boundary, and that was it. Guptill not only going to his century, but taking New Zealand to a 2020 victory over South Africa, which is something that New Zealand guys would definitely savor. There's no doubt about it. They are a very young unit, but Martin Guptill leading the way. Very quickly, I'm going to go through the bowling figures for South Africa. Rob Peterson 3 overs 1 for 28, Moni Morkel 4 overs 1 for 29, Rory Cleanville 4 overs 1 for 37, Ryan McLaren 4 overs 1 for 26. Arun Fungiso is continuing, and this is a 3-match series. So basically the series has been leveled 1-1, and we go on to the decider now as far as the New Zealand South Africa is concerned. And what a match that is going to be! Both the teams would be eager to play that for sure. And Arun Fungiso, as I said, he was making his debut, but he went for 4 overs, costing 42 runs. Martin Guptill, pretty rightly given man of the match for his very superbly crafted 101. What he did is, he not only held the innings together, he saw to it that he was scoring, he was hitting the boundaries, and he was seeing to it that they kept up with the run rate. And when it finally came to the crunch, Martin Guptill, even though he was a bit sick, he delivered. So that is a tremendous performance from New Zealand. Congratulations to New Zealand for leveling the series. But we have one more to go, and who is going to be the one who is going to take that clincher? We will know about that when the third T20 takes place between New Zealand and South Africa. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Show of today. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.